Hey guys, Josh here. So we're 2 weeks post Foxtoberfest, and a lot of people asked about the builds and wanting to know more about the Capri and everything that we did to kind of get up to getting the car ready and whatnot, and getting to the show this year. I kind of want to make this quick film real quick just to kind of go over what we have in inventory, we'll put it that way, what's in the shop, what we're working on. I've got quite a few cars here. They're all ours. I'll just go through each of them real quickly, and then I'll show you guys what we're working on for the build for next year. And I'm not ready to delve yet on my build for next year, but we've got one of two of what we're going to kind of accomplish for next year, plus also bringing the Capri back up to the show and seeing if the guys from 50 Asylum will let that thing sit in the booth with them. So I'm gonna flip the camera around and I'm gonna show you, and it took me forever to move these cars around, but I'm just gonna flip around and show you kind of what's going on here. So hold on a second. Hey guys, Josh here. So we're 2 weeks post Foxtoberfest, and a lot of people asked about the builds and wanting to know more about the Capri and everything that we did to kind of get up to getting the car ready and whatnot. And all right, well, that didn't work so well, so let's try this again. So here's the first 3 of the 4 Foxes that we've got here. Let's just start here with the one that everybody knows right now. It's the 86 Capri that we built last year. Took it to the show, had good, really good feedback. Did a couple minor things for it this year, changed the cam, power curve, tuned it when we were up there. And then we had swapped out the seats in the interior and just went with the Recaros. So if you hadn't seen those before, that's kind of where we're at now with those. Really nice. Done by Rolla Resources out of Malaysia. Yes, they are legit. And we had those seats ordered. They had them built and to us in like 8 days. So yeah, we were cutting it close. So yeah, pretty much it's not a really crazy build. It's just a 306 with a set of Speedmaster heads and a GT40 upper and lower intake and an N41 cam. Next, if you guys have seen my SVO, it was up at the show this year. 30 over 2.3 turbo, just stock T5 with a Spec 3 clutch, stock turbo, let's just say warmed over, and then it's got a Beauport Stage 3 head. And then I just did the suspension and the wheels and tires the weekend before we came up there for Fox. Now, if y'all have been watching or looking at my post, I put this up for sale last weekend. I had a ton of people PMing me about it, and right now it's sold. I've got a guy coming down from Tennessee tomorrow night, Saturday morning to pick it up, so we'll see. I've got a deposit, he's paying cash, and I just figure right now is the time to sell it. Basically, I don't think I'll ever get more than what I listed for it. It's just, these are one of those cars that are hard to sell, and if you do them tastefully, you kind of hope that you get that one person that wants to buy it. So this car is actually leaving. It's been a good 7.5, 8 years that I've had it, but it's time to start something else. This is my favorite car in our bunch. This is an 87 GT. It was a one-owner car, T-top car, all original except for we put some lowering springs on it and set SV wheels, but that is it. This car is super clean. Yes, it's got the Hoare red interior, and I absolutely love it. This thing is just completely impeccable. The doors close like brand new. This car is just super clean. So let's walk up here. Let's just go look at some of the non-Ford things that we have. This is another car that I picked up. I had actually bought one of these things brand new back in 2003 when they had these out. This is an 03.5 Mazda Speed Protege. I bought this car about 2 years ago, and it was sun-baked Florida car, but it was still solid and it was good, and I just wanted to completely refresh it, so I pretty much did that. It's a factory 2-liter turbo motor. All the parts were sourced from Callaway. Callaway made this kind of like their little test mule, and you know, the biggest issue with these things are, you know, the bottom end was just an NA bottom end, and well, you didn't do much to them and they blew up. So I did happen to completely explode the motor in this, and I rebuilt it full forged bottom end. It's got a Megasquirt plug and play computer in it. I got a couple other things warmed over on the motor. This thing rolling on the highway in 4th gear, if you roll into it, I've got it tuned on about 18 pounds of boost right now. It'll light the tires up, and it's got a little bit of a torque steer. You'll do a lane change. So, but this is by far my favorite car to drive, and that car will smoke my SVO. It's kind of funny. Next car. Picked this up a couple months ago. It's a one owner, 21,000 mile, 87 Fiero GT. This thing again, this is as clean as the 87 GT. This thing is absolutely like brand new inside. So, backstory is, I bought it off the original owner's grandson. Guy passed away, his grandson got it. I don't know if he was hot rodding it or whatever, but blew up the motor. It locked snapped the crank in half and locked the motor up. So pulled it, found a crank, rebuilt the original engine, and pretty much really haven't had to do nothing else with it. It was pretty much good to go. I need to take it to my detailer and have him cut and buff it. It's way overdue. So that's the Fiero. All right, let's get to the last car. This is our build for next year. This is the one that I said was 90% done. Well, we're kind of rewinding on this car. This is the 82 GT. This again, 2-owner car. Second guy owned it for, I think, 3 or 4 years. And I think he said in that time, he put like 100 miles on the car. So we'll just say we bought it from the original owner. It's actually, I think this car spent time between New York and Arizona. So it was a super clean car to start with. It was a 302 4-speed car. It's now a 5-speed car, and we've got a 347 stroker in it, N41 cam, AFR heads, and we just got the Holly Sniper 2. I kind of put a feeler post out there yesterday. I'm trying to figure out the best way to route all this stuff. I want to clean all this stuff up and try and declutter this compartment as much as I can. So we were looking at putting this Celine body kit on this thing, and we painted everything because we were going to keep the GT front bumper, and I still have the original Celine bumper up there for the front, but didn't get it painted. But I'm kind of second guessing that, and I really think that if I can pick up an LX that is in good shape, almost done, I might make a Celine clone out of that. So we'll see. But like I was saying, this car was almost done. We're gonna kind of refresh a couple things. I got a couple ideas from a lot of the cars that I've seen up there at Foxtoberfest, but this car, this has got the same Recaros in it that came from Rolla Resources, like the Capri had. So if you notice, there's no seat brackets. The Recaros for the Capri were last minute, and we didn't have enough time to order the wedge brackets for them, so we stole them off these seats, put them on there, only to find out that Wedge, I don't think, is making seat brackets anymore, because if you go to their website, it just dumps you off to Corbo. So we got to come up with a solution for the seat brackets. But that, and I've been talking with Thomas Hill. I'm supposed to talk to him later on. He's got some conceptual door panels that he's doing for these cars now, and I got to tell you, just from the prototypes that he's been rolling out, they look killer. So this interior, I'm going to talk to him about that, seeing if we could do something different with the door panels. Probably going to do something different with the steering wheel. Seeing that we've got the Sniper 2, probably going to go to Dakota Digital on the dashboard, and just change up a couple other little things on this car. But there's definitely, we've got to put the body moldings and stuff back on the side, and just like with the Capri, it's a lot of black, so we're going to try and figure out something to break it up a little bit, so it just doesn't look like it's just fading into a piece of paper, like all you just see is a big black blob. So we'll get something figured out with that. Still not sold on the wheels and tires. We'll see. I mean, we've got enough cars here. We might shuffle something around to see what something might look better. If not, we'll figure out something. But right now, that's the herd of cars that we've got here, and we will see what's going on. But once the SVO is gone, we've got one car that is missing here, and that's the other car for Foxtoberfest next year. So we're gonna need a semi-trailer to get all these cars up there, but that's about it. So hope you guys like. If you got any questions, reach out, let me know.